Hey, good Monday morning, Facebook. Just making a little video in reference to this thing that happened at the Napa wine tasting train yesterday. Um, if you didn't hear about it, 12 young ladies were on a wine tasting trip in Napa on one of those trains they have that I guess it goes from city to city or winery to winery, and you're doing a lot of wine tasting. And it's a beautiful area, but what happened was I guess a customer started complaining that they were too loud, and they were warned several times, I guess, to get off the train, and they were escorted off the train, I guess. I don't know. But I wasn't there, so I don't want to really, you know, give an opinion of it one way or another. But I am going to say this, that to me, it seems like there's just this underlying thing here that speak of entitlement or privilege. To me, that's what it seemed like. And when I look at that situation, I've been a victim of it myself, and it is real. It is real. I remember when I was working with East Bay Mud, and I was reading a water meter. I was reading one of my routes up in the Berkeley Hills. A very nice area, and I was doing this one block up in the hills where I was doubling. What doubling is basically mean that you're doing both sides of the street, so you're going from one side to the other, one side to the other, instead of just going straight down. So the way it was set up, you would double, so you would come out on one end of the block, and you didn't have to come back on that block no more. So I'm doubling on this street, reading the water meters, and I used to walk real fast. So this lady was sitting in the car watching me. She was sitting in her driveway, a Caucasian lady. She was watching me, and I can see her. So when I got near her house, she started backing up her car, and I had to sort of go around her car. It's sort of like strange because I'm sitting here and I could hear her engine running, and it was like she decided to back out when I was right in front of her driveway, and I saw that sort of strange. So I read her water meter. Then she's watching me. Then I walk across the street, read the house. Then I walk back this way. And she backs up, and then she goes down the block maybe 4 or 5 houses. Then she makes a U-turn. And then she comes back. So she pulls up right facing the wrong way in front of me, where her side of the car is facing me, the wrong way. And then she gonna ask me, what am I doing? So I sort of look at her, and then I look down. I got on a uniform. I got on an East Bay Mud hat, baseball hat, lime colored bright East Bay Mud t-shirt that says East Bay Mud on the back, and it says East Bay Mud across the here. Khaki pants with East Bay Mud sign on it. I got a handheld device. I got a stick that lifts up the meter covers. Then I got a badge. I got one of these things. It's a badge, with the zip string on it, but it's a long badge. So I look at myself like, I asked her, I said, what are you doing? Because it was the way she asked me, it was her tone of voice. It was sort of like I can sense some type of animosity, some type of discourse or something. It was just the tone of her voice. It was like, what are you doing? Wow. So I said, well, what are you doing? And then she said, where is your car at? Where is your company vehicle at? You're in this neighborhood. I don't know who you are. And I said, you see I'm wearing a uniform. I said, and I told her, I said, you watch me come down this block. I was sitting there watching you watch me. So I'm doing something. I was reading water meters. So you see the big East Bay Mud sign here. I say, but if you want to call my supervisor and verify who I am, that's okay. I don't mind. So I pulled out my zip thing, and I let her see my badge, and I said, that's my name right there. So I sort of said it sarcastically, Robert Green. And I said, gave her my name, the name of my manager, my supervisor, excuse me. And then I proceeded to give her the phone number. She didn't want that. Let me stop this tape right here before it stops. It usually stops at 5 minutes. This is tape number 1, and I'll come back with tape number 2.